Okay, so it's the new year. Maybe you've set some goals. I know that's what a lot of us do this time of year. And let me share with you what I think is a way that you can actually make some more progress towards those goals that you've set this year. So yeah, let's get into it. I want to talk about what's called a rule of life. Now, I didn't invent this. It goes way back in the Christian tradition. It's typically traced back to Saint Benedict in the 6th century. So yeah, I did not invent this. The idea, basically, is that you think through, how can I practically live out my faith? What are the things that I'm going to do? What are the systems that I'm going to create to live the life that God wants me to live? And here's why this matters for our New Year's resolutions. Goals, as I'm sure all of us know, can be easy to set, but hard to accomplish. One way that we can actually make some progress, though, towards our goals is by evaluating the systems and the habits in our lives and asking ourselves, are these things that are pushing me towards my goals? Because that's essentially what a rule of life is. It takes a broad goal, such as I want to live the way that Jesus lived, or even a more specific goal, such as I want to read more books this year, and it breaks that down into practical rhythms. And a rule of life is not meant to be restrictive. It's not meant to feel like it's caging you in. The word rule in Latin is connected to the idea of a trellis, which is a structure that helps a vine grow in the way that it's meant to grow. A rule of life is a structure, a collection of rhythms, habits, routines that just help us grow in the direction that we want to grow. We can also think about the relationship between our desires and our habits. And there's something here that I think a lot of us miss. We often think that our desires influence our habits. I have this desire on January 1st to get into shape, so I'm gonna run more this year. James K.A. Smith writes a lot about how actually as humans, our desires are largely influenced by our actions, by our habits. Your deepest desire is the one manifested by your daily life and habits. Our habits actually shape our desires. We need to be people who pray and read our Bibles regularly in order to be people with a strong desire to read and to pray and read our Bibles. These practical habits and systems actually shape our desires. So that being said, let me quickly break down an example of a rule of life. So for me personally, I break mine down into 5 categories. The first category is abiding, which is stuff like my daily devotional routine, my Sabbath routine. The next category is body, so this is like exercise, sleep. Then it's mind, reading, journaling, technology, social media, relationships, marriage, friendships. Work and money, so work-life balance, giving, all that kind of stuff. And so within these categories, within these 5 different categories, I outline practices, rhythms that help me practically live out my faith and also reach the goals that I have set. So yeah, that's a rule of life. I hope it helps you in your journey and maybe as you work towards accomplishing some goals this new year.